gonna give it some time. Well, let's see. Sometimes you have to let things be. Even when people are disrespectful, when people are rude, you have to look at their circumstances and just let it go. I mean, I'm not saying don't cuss a motherfucker out, because sometimes you need to let a motherfucker know, like, I'm not the fucking one. I'm not. For example, I just went to Waffle House and I've ordered an All-Star. Yes, granted, I ordered one with hash brown with cheese and bacon, and on the side I ordered some sausage. And she said it came up to $17. $17? I was like, how? She was like, don't be rude. Don't be rude. So my boyfriend was like, how is she being rude? Just basically like tell her how $17. She was like, well, if that's the case, y'all not going to eat here or whatever. So I did proceed to let her know you're being rude and unprofessional. But the point is, you don't have to carry that energy. The old me would have been like, bitch, you got me fucked up, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't. I didn't. Instead, I just let it go. I told her what I felt like telling her and let it go. But, Divines, how do you handle situations? How do you handle situations when people are rude? Oh, Christine Kennedy, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I will be doing tomorrow. We'll be doing readings. Christine, oh, you're from London? What time is it in London? Well, thank you for tuning in. I will be doing your zodiac. What is your zodiac? 8:08 a.m. It's 3:08 a.m. here. What is your zodiac? I'll go ahead and do your zodiac. I just felt like it was good to like get some divine energy from my divine. So that's why I decided to go live. You're an Aries. My boyfriend's an Aries. I love Aries. My ex-best friend's an Aries. Did you watch the Aries videos I just did? I think I did it like 3 days ago. Y'all are the best. Y'all can be very bossy and mean sometimes. But I understand it's out of good. It's out of the betterment of the people, I guess. But I like Aries. I love Aries. So what are some things you want me to talk about? What are some questions y'all have for me? Do you have any questions like for me? I see there's 2 people here. Thank you. Yeah, y'all are definitely good people majority of the time. I have to say, I rarely meet Aries that intentions are impure. It might come across like very bossy and direct, but I like Aries. I really do. Do you get into tarot readings? Is there anything that you do that is considered non-normal or not the normal? I'm so happy that y'all got on. And for the other person, I don't know who it is, but I'm so excited that you got on as well. Okay, do you feel anything or any messages for me, please? Let me see what for me, please. I'm going through a transitioning time with a male Gemini. I'm very spiritual and intuitive, and I love tarot. Well, I definitely love tarot. What I would tell you to do, because when I'm in my zone, I can pick up more information as far as you and your Gemini. I think I did say a Gemini in my last reading, if I'm not for sure. But when you say transitioning, what do you mean by that? Like, what is the energy surrounding you and your Gemini? Is it transitioning as far as breaking up? Or you guys falling back? Did he ghost you? Because if he did ghost you, what that means is he's not looking at you how you looking at him. So it's opposites energy. But Geminis are very tricky. Geminis are very tricky. It takes a lot from them to be focused and stay focused because they're air energy. So with air, you can't contain it, you can't ground it. So you have to be giving them attention. Like what I call Geminis are like people who have ADHD. They're always thinking. Like for example, Donald Trump and Kanye West. They're both Geminis. They're both Geminis. Very opinionated, very charming to whoever they're trying to charm. But they're very fast thinker. They're on to the next. It's very hard to hold them down. So when you say you're transitioning, what exactly are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to stay with this person? Or are you trying to get this person back? Or are you wanting to see how you can keep them interested or get them back? Or are you saying that you're breaking up with them? What is your transitioning? Because you also have to think about what type of energy you're giving out. So what is it about this Gemini? Let me know. And as the Aries, you just have to know that not everything's going to go. So do you feel anything? Okay, we're having space. ATM, a relationship wasn't ever on the cards. I like how you said that. So y'all having space. What I'll have to say is when you're dealing with a Gemini, okay, my best friend's a Gemini. When you're dealing with a Gemini, since they're so fast thinking, since they're air, you have to let them feel like they're free. What I mean by that is you have to let them know that you have other things going on. You have a life. If you're so grounded and attached and you want them in a certain way, that can prevent them from being attracted to you. That will let them be like, I got this person in the back, I'll come back to them, whatever. You don't want them to treat you that way. You don't want them to make you feel like you're an option. So what you do is let them be. If it's meant to be, it will come to you. Let them be. Now, if they do reach out, since you like this Gemini, this Gemini is on your mind, you do go ahead and talk to them. You give them the same energy that they're giving you. You don't want to overextend yourself. You don't want to make them feel like you're trying to hold them down. But you do want to make it seem as if you're aware and you're present. Because they like present energy. They like to engage. They're very charming. They're very logical. They're air. Air moves. Okay, air is able to see things. Okay, 360. So they definitely like to be engaged. But you have to make sure you allow them to think that they're free. That's the thing. You don't want to make it seem like you're so clingy or so attached. But our energies keep pulling us back together. We have been doing this for 5 years. And we both have tried to walk away. I have 4 children and sterilized. So no more children for me. He has none. Wow. That's not similar. But you have to also get to know what he wants. What is love language? What he wants. Do he want children? I never chase him. He contacts me. So if you have to ask, what is it that you want from him? What is it that you truly want? Do you want a relationship with him? I'm sorry, I know this camera is like off the track. Do you want a relationship with him? Do you want a friendship? What do you want? And do you honestly believe that he's able to give that to you? Because Geminis will chase you. They will. And then after a certain time, after the chase is over, depending on if they love you or not, how will they act in the future? Will it be a successful relationship based upon previous actions? I'm the simplicity of it. It's no stress. I don't feel I'm ready for a relationship. I went through a mess of violence before him. Right. Well, you have to understand your trauma, and you have to understand where you're at in life too. You have to be able to give yourself the energy that you want from him. So if you already know treat him as a friend, you know what I say? You have to be able to give what you want. You have to be able to do what you want. If you want this person around, make sure you meditate, number one. Make sure you're aware and make sure you see what you need to see in order for you to either trust this person, keep them in your life, A, B, C, or D. But sometimes you go with the flow. Go with the flow. You know this person, trust your instincts, number one. Number two, also be firm and be aware of what you want and try to make steps to that. If y'all been doing this for 5 years and it's still not going nowhere, look at that pattern. Is he changing those 5 years? Has he changed or she's changed or they're changing? Is it still stagnant? You got to be smart and play the game and see where you can take it. Is it going to make sense for you to keep being in this relationship? Okay, you're so on point. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Aries, because Aries, you definitely, you're ruled by Mars. Okay, and the acronym for Mars is ARMS. So ARMS represents a challenge. ARM represents desire, passion. You feed off driven. So when you have a Gemini, someone who is very motivated, someone who is very, when I say motivated, it don't have to be motivated as far as like money and dreams. It can be motivation as far as desire, energy, ideology. So when you both combine that energy, the difference between you as an Aries that you can be more focused. You initiate. You're a cardinal signal. So you initiate and you like to go after things. A Gemini, they can be very charming, very living in the moment, just to be able to communicate, just to be able to have you. But you ultimately know if you love somebody or not. If they love you. As an Aries, you can feel it. As an Aries, you're able to look past things. You're exalted in the sun. So you're able to use the sun to burn down energy and understand what this person truly is, especially since you've been with him for 5 years. So you're able to see what his energy brings overall. So what somebody energy brings overall, you can understand if that is something you want to live with forever. Now, if it is, and if he's or she is willing to work on it, make that be known up front. Make that be known. Because when you're able to put something out in the universe and put a stamp on it, I want this, I want that. Now it's up to the Gemini. If they want to either stand up to that and try to embody that, or if they don't. And you will be able to tell by the energy in your intuition, Aries, because you have a strong intuition. So you'll be able to tell. Now, if you really don't want them and you just basically want to know what their intentions are, you have to look at their patterns. I don't have my cards with me right now, but the best and most accurate way, you have to look at their pattern. Now, if they're doing the same thing as they're doing now, as they did before, then more than likely they're going to play out the same energy. But if they're doing something different, more than likely it's a possibility it could be different. Either A, in your benefit, or B, in your not benefit. But the most important thing is you have to understand, do you really want to be with this motherfucker? Does this person really inspire you to where you can actually see yourself with them forever? That's what you have to look at. You can't him because he will make an amazing parent one day. I've told him go find his wife, have a happy family, and make, where's that at? Let me see. I told him to go find his wife, have a family, make himself happy. He has been married before and it didn't work out. So was he married before you or after you? Because you don't want nobody listening to, let me tell you something. Aries like a chase. They like challenge. So if he is able to have access to you, not Aries, sorry, Gemini. So if they're able to have access to you at any given chance, they're going to kind of play with you because they're air, they're adaptable. Air is everywhere. Air can be everywhere anytime. Not saying that they're not serious. I was going through my healing after the abuse, and he was going through a divorce. We found emotional healing with each other. Oh, before. So this was before you. Okay. So this was before you. Good. So he was going through healing after the abuse, and he was. So you have to realize when somebody is going through healing, they're going to gravitate towards things in that same energy. And since you was both going through healing and he was going through a divorce, y'all attracted each other. Now, is there more after the attraction? Like I said, as a Gemini, they're very, very intelligent. They're very smart, and they know how to get what they want. They know how to get what they want. Like I said before, Trump is a Gemini. Kanye West is a Gemini. So you can't really look at their words. You have to look at their actions. You can't look at his words. You have to look at their actions. So what do you want, Christine, after relationship? What if you can think of a perfect type of relationship, what would that be with this person? Would it be being together, being solid, or would it be just being cool, copacetic, or would it be you don't want to ever be around this person anymore? What would it be? Because that's what type of energy you're going to subconsciously give. You're going to give that type of energy. So what type of energy do you have towards this person? Obviously, it's strong enough for you to be up at 8 o'clock in the morning in London thinking about it. So it got to be really strong. Do you want this person to? Do you want to be with this person? Because Aries, you go after you want what you want. You will go after what you want. And I don't feel like you're the type that's gonna, kiss ass for no reason. I don't feel that from you as well. But I do feel like there's love from him in some capacity. I'll tell you that now. I do feel like there's some love in some capacity towards you. It's always been sexual, and I feel like I'm ready for more, but I don't feel. Let me see. Let me go back. I don't feel I'm ready for more, but I don't feel it's with him. And that's what I meant by separate. I'm trying to move on, but I miss him deeply. Well, sometimes you got to understand. I was just watching this. You said never? Right. But I was just watching this documentary about past regressions. And energies come in your life. And if they impact you where you remember, where you have emotions, and when you have years with a person, they're in your social contract for a reason. So what you have to do, like I said, meditation, breathing, looking at the reality, looking at the energy. Don't care what someone says to you. Don't look at what they did. Look at how it made you feel. Were you feeling how it made you feel? And is that the type of energy you can grow from? Or is that the type of energy you can't? Now, if it's sexual energy, you have to understand, is this person using you? Is this person now you gotta remember, some people or don't subconsciously understand that they're using people. And when I mean by use, I don't mean like, oh, I need $25, I'm using you. No, I mean by trying to fill a void. Because if you're with someone who is not whole and they're trying to fill a void, as soon as they feel as if their void has been fulfilled, they're on to the next. They're not serious. Never. Okay. Oh, exactly. I mean, and like I said before, sex in a way is another energy of creation. Now with through sex, you can get what you want for a small period of time. But this person has been in your life for 5 years, okay? Has been in your life for 5 years. Have y'all discussed children? Have he come onto you? Now he wants to come to you. But the bigger question is, do you want to even be with this person? That's the bigger question. Do you even want to be with this person? Because that defines the relationship. That defines the relationship. Because if you don't even want to be with him, it doesn't matter what he says. If you don't want to be with him, because you have, as an Aries, I mean, you have the power of drive. You have the power of motivation. You have the power of creation. We all have a power of creation. But being a cardinal sign, a cardinal fire sign,
you are able to attach yourself to something and see it through more than other signs. And Geminis, they're able to attach yourself to an idea or a person and see it through, but they are really multifaceted. So that means they're able to look at so many things within a person and either get bored. They're easily bored. Geminis, they're easily bored. So that's another thing. But if it's only been about sex, you want more. Have you had a conversation with him to see if that's even a possibility? Now you will understand your emotions when it comes to him, because if that's not even a possibility, then your whole narrative of that person has to change, because you can get more from any other energy. We got to understand there's 7 billion different types of energy. Okay, there's probably 100,000 of different types of energy within London. So you don't want to block your potential of meeting someone because you're wanting something so bad that you're not allowing energy to come to you. Sometimes when you break away, and this is the funny thing, and this is what happens to a lot of people, when they sense that you're not giving an F, when they sense that you don't care, then they're going to start giving more energy. You got to play the game. You got to play the game. You got to act like you don't give a damn, which I know for Aries, I know it's easily for you to do. I don't think you're I don't think you're over there crying over him and stuff like, not in front of him. But if you are, you can't do that shit no more. You have to make it seem like you don't give a damn. You have to go on with your life like you're not able to treat you as an option, because a Gemini will treat you like an option if you let them. You got to put your foot down and say, this is what I want. I'm very ambitious and determined. Yes, you are. And that's why I've been single for 7 years and just been dealing with this Gemini for the past 5 years. I feel like it's time to move on. You've helped me greatly. Oh, thank you. It is. You're right. Because Miss said never. Exactly. But you do have to. Well, I'm telling you this. Every time I feel like I'm stuck in a relationship with someone, because I'm just like you, it's hard for me to stay in a relationship too. And I think being conscious and being aware of what you want, it makes a motherfucker either step up or be gone or come in and out your life. But it's up to you to have that perspective of where you're going to have them in your life. And I didn't have that. I always used to think that it's like, what does that person want? Do they love me? What is that person? But it's like, do I want that in my life? Do I want that person in my life? Truly? And what I do, try scripting, Christine, or anybody else that's with. This is the best way. And that's true, Christine. That's so true. Like I said, as an Aries, y'all don't really go after things that's gonna waste your time. And I know that about a lot of Aries. Y'all like to accomplish shit. Like you said, you're very motivated and ambition. Y'all are cardinal signs. Cardinal signs means initiation. Y'all like to go after something. You're driven. Like I said before, Mars is your ruling planet. So Mars is a planet of passion, desire. Red, it's a red planet. So red is another association of love, blood, driven, drive. So when you have that type of passion, if someone's not really on the energy of you, it's hard for you to stay attached. However, this other person, a Gemini, is able to play it both ways. They're able to give you that energy and able to fall back, and they give you that energy because they're very charming. They're air too. You got to know a person's energy as well. You got to know a person's energy, and you got to know how to manipulate that. And the best way to do that is to understand their love language. Is to understand their love language, and you should know some after 5 years. You should know their love language after 5 years, and not saying you to manipulate it, but you're able to see what's really going on, how this person really feel. Like you said, you ain't gonna chase them, and I believe that. I don't know where Aries that chase. If they're gonna chase, it's because they know it's able to be attained. After so long, it's gonna be like, if you're not on the same level, fuck it. But if you know, if you don't want to be with him, I wouldn't. I mean, after 7 years, you know what you want. You're gonna get it. Like, I think about it. Studying and researching a plant for 7 years before actually being a part of the plant and wanting it to grow. That plant is going to be more successful because you have all that research and that knowledge towards that plant. You have all the information you need towards that plant for 7 years. So you don't want to waste your 7 years on a motherfucker that's giving you 20%, 30%, 40, 50%. Because you're going to get, and you know what? And I think that growing up, like Disney channels and Love Story, we always think that we're supposed to be with the motherfucker. We always think that we're supposed to be in a relationship. Sometimes that's the least of your concerns is a relationship. That's just real. You're supposed to meet people, you're supposed to be happy, but as long as you're not creating a soul contract on earth, because there's soul contracts that's made in the spirit world, okay, before you come down here, and there's soul contracts that you can try to attach yourself to that's not even true. I would never chase. Yeah, there's so you have to be able to differentiate. Am I trying to make this something that it can never be? Because just like you said, Christine, you don't have to chase it. Now, there's a difference between working and chasing. Okay? Because not every relationship is perfect. You're not happy 100% of the time, 100% of your life. You're going to go through up and downs. That's why you have a heartbeat. A heartbeat goes up and down. Life goes up and down. I'm not even happy 24/7. Things happen to me all the time, even though I understand the knowledge. Things happen to me all the time. But you have to see what the energy of a person is. If it makes sense. Sometimes we live in our memories and we don't take into reality of what's going on. But definitely look at my videos, Christine, and see if you can get any clarity from that. Definitely become a divine at Facebook or YouTube. My mom is a Gemini. She is so selfish, always trying to make everyone feel bad about her. She can make you fall for her situations too, manipulative like a motherfucker. So I just can't go off of. You said so. I just can't go off of. So I just can't cut her off. No, you can't cut her off, but you can cut her off on how you're going to respond. And this is a thing that Aries definitely have to work with. Also, fire signs, because we're so driven, we're so impulsive. I'm the same way. But sometimes you just have to ignore. Sometimes you just have to ignore and just cut them off with your ears. I would say sit there and say, I'm going to check them out tomorrow. Good, good. Yeah, check them out. But I would sit there. For some people, you have to understand. You have to make a narrative in your own mind to fight that. Like, this is my mom. She's selfish. I feel like I can't really cut her off, which, in all honesty, you can cut your mama off. It might not be good or it might be hard, but in all reality, you can. But if you don't want to do that, because I understand, I don't want to cut my mama off either. She get on my nerves too sometimes too. But I just don't take it so deep because I know that's who she is. As long as you're not messing up my money, as long as she ain't trying to do something that's harmful to me, as long as she's not trying to prevent me. It's been like 3 years that I've talked to her. Wow, so you haven't talked to her in 3 years? How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Do you feel like you should? Oh, thank you so much, Christine. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, Christine. I'm so glad, and she doing all what you just said. Right, I bet she is. But I'm definitely going to get to you later. Thank you for all of you guys. I know it's 3 of you that have tuned in. I know it's like late here or really early where you're at. So thank you. I greatly appreciate your divines. And I would definitely, I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. Right now it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the U.S. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So I try to go live probably around like 3 or 4 or earlier. I know a lot of us work and we do, divines have something to do with, life. We all have things to do, but hopefully we can get people up here and you can definitely divines. You can use your stories to help people out. And I'm going to be live again. Thank you, Christine, for, showing me. Hopefully I give you some advice. Just know that you have it within you. You are the shit. Okay, you're blessed. You can conquer anything. You're very smart and ambitious. I love me some Aries. I mean, y'all the emperor of the zodiac. Yeah, I'm Chicago. Hey, and she. Oh right, okay. And you said you from Chicago. Hey, yo, cool. I like you. I feel like you get me, and I'm Chicago from Tuscan. You got my attention. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. Arza, Ariza. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful. I like that. My best friend, she's a Gemini from Chicago. I forgot exactly where she's from in Chicago, but she's from Chicago. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I live in Knoxville now, Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee. But I'm so grateful that y'all came and talked to me. I'm Mexican from Tucson. Okay, so you from Arizona. Okay. Oh, I bet you're beautiful. Oh, yes, honey. My favorite food is Mexican food. I don't think I've ever had an authentic Mexican food, but I love me some sour cream, some beef, some. We call it some chichanas. Ah! I love that. Well, you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and close for tonight, but I will definitely be getting on live soon. It's my first live, so thank you guys for making this comfortable and interacting with me. I love you. Much support, much divine. I'm definitely going to pray for you guys tonight. I'm definitely going to try to reach out. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about anything, because trust me, I've been through it all. Good night. Thank you. But if you ever need anything, if you ever want to talk about anything, just DM me, write me, or whatever, and I will get right back to you guys. Like, I'm in this lonely town by myself, and I definitely want to reach out, and I feel inspired by everyone's stories. Everyone has a path, and I just feel like it's a light to other people's path. I mean, what we go through, other people are going through, and some people don't make it out. I had a best friend who committed suicide. Some people don't make it out. So thank you again. You guys have a blessed night or a blessed morning. And like I said, I'll be praying for you guys. You have a wonderful day. Bye bye.